Hello, good people. It's Rob Lee. So I'm going to play a video for you today, but before we play the video, let me preface it by saying I'm still working on my video about direct energy weapons, and I'm going to tie it in a little bit with AI and robots. And I'm still censored, shunned, banned. So my videos, if you're supposed to see it, the Almighty Father will bring it to you, and if not, then it's not going to happen for you. I want to play a video for you, and even though it's old, it's like maybe 6, 7 years old. And I've told you guys before, I've got like 5, 6, 7,000 videos in my on portable hard drives. And as I went back and looked at this old video, I was amazed with one thing, that with everything that's going on in the world, the hatred, the fighting, the violence, and all the ill and all the bad, I mean, so much that we can just go on and on about, truth will always prevail. It will always stand strong. And as we watch this guy, and he's just telling the truth, you will notice that this newsreader cannot overcome his truth. And I thought it was funny because, I mean, she kept trying to knock him down, and he didn't lose control. He just kept telling the truth. Very seldom will you get Jesus, guns, social justice warrior, CNN, and police violence all in one video and actually have some humor in it. But I want you to think about that, because as we as Christians and we as those who believe in truth, sometimes, man, you just simply have to just keep calmly stating your case. And if you're right, the enemy will not be able to climb that mountain. They will not be able to knock you down.
Well, last year we gave away a free handgun with the purchase of any vehicle, and it went over very well. It spiked our web traffic. We sold, we estimate 35 extra cars during the promotion than we normally would have. And this year we're trying to sell an extra 100 cars more than we normally would. We're just trying to generate some traffic, generate some interest and enthusiasm and excitement, and it seems to work real well. We're not just going to give people an AK-47 gun. Felons buy cars too. What we are going to do is we're going to give them a voucher where they can go to their local gun dealer, or we have local gun dealers we would strongly recommend, where they can go buy a gun and go through the proper background checks, and so that the guns end up in the right hands.
So how much money does it? I mean, how much does an AK-47 cost? I'm just curious.
It depends. You can get a good AK-47 for $450, maybe $500.
Some people watching this might think, owning a handgun is one thing, but owning an AK-47 is something else, and maybe this is just a tad irresponsible?
It's a little grandstanding, but how about that guy that just had him and his wife killed that had the 12 children with the 7 guys coming through the door? I guarantee you he wishes he had an AK-47 as those maggots busted through his door and slaughtered him and his wife in front of his children.
Well, but
the purpose
others
for guns like AK-47s is home defense.
Well, but police officers are shot in the line of duty all the time, and they carry guns every day, so maybe some might not think that's a great argument.
Well, I'd personally like to have a sporting chance instead of just becoming a victim. I guarantee you those guys that broke through that door that used guns to kill those people did not have legal guns and did not go through the proper steps to get them. Those are all illegal guns, and I would bet my bottom dollar on it. I haven't seen the facts yet, but look, there's a bunch of evil in the world, and people need to protect themselves. Well, we're real firm believers. We're country folks down here. We live down here, and we're real firm believers in the Second Amendment, and we don't want to become victims. When I live out in the country 15 miles from the dealership here on 1,200 acres, the response time to my home's about 15 minutes. And if I'm counting on the police, and we have a great police force in Bates County, great sheriff, great police in Butler where we live, response time's still 15 minutes to how great the people are and how good their intentions are, and I would rather defend myself. The only 911 call I need is chambering around.
Well,
and I think that's the case.
I mean, I grew up in rural America too. We had guns in our home, but they weren't AK-47s. I mean,
how long ago was that?
When I was a teenager. What's 20 years ago, 30
well,
years ago?
Things have changed dramatically. I don't know if you know anything about Missouri. Where I live in this county, there's a tremendous crime problem with people doing meth, and these people they've lost their souls. They don't care about you, they don't care about me, they care about one thing: getting more dope.
Well, I understand evil in the world, but I'm just questioning like a semi-assault weapon to protect yourself. That's all I'm saying. Your motto is God,
let me-
guns. Your motto is God, guns, guts, and American. Why did you come up with that particular motto?
Actually, it's God, guns, guts, and American pickup trucks. Because we sell cars.
Right, but you include God in that, and you know, some might wonder why God is included in a motto that it also includes guns.
You don't have a problem with God, do you?
No, I don't, but
I'm
the
just curious.
combination some people
Well-
might, between God and guns, some people might have a problem with that.
We're a Christian nation. We're Christian people. I believe that 70–80%, I would guess, in this nation would classify themselves as Christians. I'd say 90% of the people in this country believe in God, whoever their God is, and to try and remove God from everything, I think is a huge mistake.
That's not what I'm saying.
I don't
putting
think we
God
need
in a motto that
AK-47s
also
if more
includes
people.
guns might be a little upsetting to some people.
You don't think God wants us to defend ourselves? I'm confused. You know.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't think
I could
God
ask
wants
you the
us to become
question, you
victims.
know, we could do the what would Jesus do? Would he carry a gun?
No, they didn't have guns back then, but I do believe he'd carry a sword if he needed it, but he was so powerful he didn't need any weapon.
That is true. Thanks so much for joining us, Mr. Mueller. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Hey, I appreciate it.